it should be a part of it, but not a major part of it. Because those organizers, they don't like political parties to join the movement. So we sit in quietly, and I joined 2 days for demonstration. And I myself would regulate myself not to be the leader of that movement. And sometimes it's good, because those people won't like us to hijack the movement. They don't like us to be the leader of the movement. It seems that we are those who want to get the attention of the public to get votes. So that's why I have a very clear policy about this. Maybe in the future, we can be the part of them. Okay? When you see them, you can see us. That's the way that we have to consider about it.
Because obviously, with this this latest rail protest, it was a single issue protest to do with the railway. You see, and it's happened before to do with the Star Ferry.
Yes,
it's almost as if there's a kind of a single issue, usually to do with conservation, whether it's trying to conserve the Star Ferry or not, to stop this high-speed railway being, people bulldozing a village in the New Territories, and the government just bulldozing through without thinking. But it's in some ways you can see why a single issue has managed to sort of generate a focus, as it were, and that's kind of interesting how it's happening. Obviously, it's been publicised, and different groups are organising it as a kind of a single issue. And
I think that's the point that we have to consider. Star Ferry and the rail issue. It's not about the basic livelihood issue, right? It may not attract the interest of the public, but those post-80s youngsters, they are very interested about it. And that's the way that we have to rethink what we believe in. In the past, we believed that those buildings, those old things should be gone, and new things come. That's our ideology. Maybe I'm from the 60s, so we believe this is the natural way the society goes. But for those youngsters, they believe that they have the collective memory of those buildings. And they also concerned about the livelihood of those underprivileged people. And they believe also that there are some interests between this project, especially those big businessmen. And that's the way that protests against.
Yeah, I mean, I read an article. Some people have compared it to the film Avatar, because I don't know if you've seen that film, but it's a similar. Not yet. It's a very similar metaphor to what happened with this railway. Actually, it's the idea that the big thugs in the government come along and literally bulldoze a village to the ground to make way for a big high tech, whatever it was, city or something. And I mean, it was a kind of a similar situation to the railway thing. But just going back to the actual demonstration itself, from the footage I saw on the news, the only people who I saw actually being violent were people who were going around spraying pepper spray in people's faces, and they were wearing police uniform. And if you think about it, was that justified for the police to do that, to spray people in the face? Can you imagine if
they have to give a prior warning?
And apparently they
didn't
think they
did.
Didn't. Yeah. But even if they do give prior warning, can you spray someone in the face just for standing there?
They did not specify about this. They just said that they have to give warnings before the pepper spray. After that, you can do it. But for the safety of the people, you should not do it on the face, of course.
Because obviously, you know, if you or I got a can of pepper spray and sprayed the Commissioner of Police in the face with some pepper spray, we'd get in serious trouble, wouldn't we? It would be seen as a very serious crime, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But I would like to see perhaps, you know, more people in the democracy movement saying, listen, you can't just spray people in the face just for being a bit noisy in a demonstration. You know, there was no real justification, I thought, for what they did actually. I mean, that's my view on it. What's your take on that?
I think it's too violent as well. If you say the protesters are violent, how about the police? And sometimes the police provoke those participants in the protest. For example, they block the way when you demonstrate, when they walk in the Legislative Council, walk around the Legislative Council. And that's the reason why this makes the scene not very happy about that among the public. And I think the police should be the responsible for that. How they manage the demonstration. Because they don't have bear in mind they have to respect the rights for the people. The Hong Kong police don't have such kind of a preconception about that. They just want you people to finish it as soon as possible. And that's the basic reason why they are struggle in the very event.
And the whole situation to the railway and the protests and so on, it's left the chief executive. It's not an easy situation for him to have to have dealt with the past few days actually. And he's
it's a nightmare for Donald.
It is a bit of a nightmare for him because on the one hand he's tried to say,
I understand you people.
I'm willing to listen to you people. And then the next breath, he's in as strong a way as possible saying, he's totally, he feels it's totally unacceptable, the protests that took place outside the Legislative Council, and the idea
But at the very beginning, I told you already, this is an inevitable result. If your Legislative Council, if our Legislative Council and the Executive are not elected by people, and we will not follow your rules, right? Because we don't think this is a fair game. And that's the inevitable result.
All right. Well, thank you very much. That's the end of the first half, and we're going to come back with the second half. We've got quite a bit more we want to ask you, and I'm sure some our listeners will be interested to hear more about more of your views on what's happening within LSD.
Okay. See you in the next part.